Right now, the Badgers try to punch their ticket to the Final Four in this year's volleyball tournament. We share the latest from the Fieldhouse. Also, the UW Board of Regents voted to reject a deal for funds for building renovations and pay raises across UW schools. And protesters from around the state met at Capitol Square this morning to show their support for Palestine. That's all coming up at 10. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Well, tonight the Fieldhouse was rocking as the Wisconsin volleyball team tried to punch their ticket to Tampa, playing host to Oregon in this year's Elite Eight. Sports reporter and anchor Andrew Bancher joins us in studio with highlights from the high-powered matchup.
Yeah, that's right, Jalen. The Badgers have won a whole lot of games this year, but those don't mean all that much without a win tonight. A win would send Bucky to the Final Four, while a loss would end their season. Badgers have a set point in the fourth, looking to punch their ticket to Tampa, and the Ducks serve as a net violation. Wisconsin wins it, heading to the Final Four starting on Thursday. The Badgers, well, they won a national title in 2021. After losing in the Elite Eight last year, they've got another chance to capture a natty here in 2023. An amazing season continues for Wisconsin. Pack your bags for Tampa. We'll run you through the full highlights of how they won it coming up in sports.
All right. We'll see you then. Next tonight, a live look at the Capitol. Today was definitely feeling more like December with temps back in the 30s. Back to reality after the 50-degree weather we saw yesterday. And it looks like those temps will be here for some time. With those temps, it could bring some snow flurries tonight. With just how much we could see, let's get a look at your first one forecast with meteorologist Alex Harrington, who's out on the weather patio. Alex.
Yeah, Jalen, I am out here on the chilly weather pattern, or patio. Weather pattern is chilly, too. And it's colder than where we have been over the past 24 hours. You can feel it. There's a breeze out here. We're tracking snow showers enter the snow frames here, folks, by popular demand. A couple snow showers we had earlier over Dane County. They have since moved off to the east. You got to go a little bit further to the north and towards the west. I've been pinpointing all evening. Juneau and Adams counties, Necedah, Camp Douglas, Linden Station, Adams. You folks are seeing some of those snow flurries out there. A dusting is expected overnight tonight, but even a dusting on some of those secondary roads that get a little bit less travel, a little less friction from cars, can sometimes get a little bit slickened up. Our 6-hour future track radar showing those snow showers, and then they scoot on out of here by the time we get in to the 3-4 o'clock time frame. On your Sunday, again, amounts dusting ½ inch at most across portions of Juneau and Adams counties. We're only going to do 34 for your high temperature as we plan your Sunday starting off in the upper 20s. 34 is where we should be for this time of year. Thanks, Darlene from Judah, setting us this a bit more apparent December-like picture. Thank you again for sending us that weather photo. And we got a poofy cardinal there trying to stay warm in McFarland. Thanks, David, for sending us that weather photo. Coming up in Maine weather, I want you to have your phone, your tablet, or your laptop ready. I'm going to take you through some steps to show you just how easy it is to submit those viewer photos that we can show on air. We'll track the departure of the flurries, the departure of the clouds, and how warm we're going to see our temperatures this week and why it's related to the sea surface temperatures off the coast of Peru.
All right, Alex. Thank you. We'll see you then. In a rare Saturday meeting, the UW Board of Regents voted to reject a deal that would have secured funds for significant building renovations and pay raises across the UW schools. The rejected plan had been struck between leaders with the universities of Wisconsin and state lawmakers. Republicans in the Capitol wanted the universities to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion employees. The deal would have frozen DEI positions for the next 3 years and reassigned a third of current DEI employees to other work.
Parkside has been a home to me. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is something that they not only speak about, but they live it. And I don't want anyone feeling uncomfortable because it is my home and I will fight for my home.
Republican lawmakers criticized the vote today, saying in a statement that it's a shame the Regents have denied employees their raises. Also, they could continue their ideological campaign. Some of the Regents argued they will still be able to get building improvements and raises without giving anything up.
It will be built because people in this state, employers, want that building, and it's going to get done. And our people are going to get paid. We're in a lawsuit about that, and they're going to get paid, and we're going to work on that. But do not let someone take the first swing of the axe at EDI.
The close 9-8 vote by the Regents this morning leave the universities back at the drawing board in terms of the funding. As part of what advocates are calling Madison Palestine Solidarity Week, droves of protesters headed to the Capitol today. Called the Wisconsin All Out for Palestine rally, the demonstration drew supporters from all across the state. Those attendees included a caravan of people from Milwaukee, which drove to the Madison area this morning. Because of the boost from non-Madison residents, organizers believe it was the largest pro-Palestine demonstration in Wisconsin. Protesters of all ethnicities showed up to support the message.
I think it's important for Jewish people to show up right now and to take a firm stance against Zionism and to take a firm stance against the relentless violence that is currently happening and say that it's not in our name. We do not condone this.
Madison Palestine Solidarity Week wraps up tomorrow morning with the Palestinian cooking workshop hosted at the Willie Street Co-op West. The war between Israel and Hamas continues to intensify, as do the calls for a ceasefire. At a UN Security Council meeting, the U.S. was the sole veto at a resolution calling for an end to the fighting. CBS's Christian Benavides reports.
Israeli airstrikes are raining down on the city of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza as the now 2-month-old war appears to have no end in sight. America's the one sending weaponry, this man said. They support Israel to kill the youth, children, women, and the elderly. Conditions are worsening inside the territory, with residents growing more desperate by the day. Our CBS News colleagues in Gaza captured the moment desperate civilians rush a UN truck carrying water.
The brutality perpetrated by Hamas can never justify the collective punishment of the Palestinian people.
At the UN in New York, the U.S. was the only nation that vetoed a Security Council resolution calling for an end to the fighting, the U.S. instead arguing for humanitarian pauses. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanking the U.S. for standing by Israel, while rallies worldwide are calling for a ceasefire. Back home, growing concern over a more than 300% surge in anti-Semitic incidents since the start of the Israel-Hamas war.
Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Penn's rules or code of conduct?
Growing scrutiny, too, for the college presidents at Harvard, University of Pennsylvania, and MIT after widely panned answers to that question at a congressional hearing. Late Saturday, Penn President Liz McGill tendered her resignation. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Harvard's president apologized on the college newspaper, but both the president of Harvard and MIT are facing calls to resign. The next generation of future agriculture entrepreneurs took their first steps today. The inaugural group of students graduated from the Urban Triage Specialty Crop Program.
There's over 10 hemp or tobacco shops here in Madison. None of them are currently owned or managed by women of color. So really honing into that particular demographic and giving them the opportunity and the resources in order to be successful entrepreneurs here in Wisconsin. We found that was very important, and we really got into that key initiative this year.
Urban Triage will continue supporting the graduates with funding and mentorship to start their businesses. And still ahead at 10, the Capitol Rotunda was filled with tubas for the annual Tuba Christmas. We'll take you there. Plus, Santa's ditched their sleigh for bicycles today. We share why next.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
When an inexperienced Whole Foods driver tipped his truck over while pulling off the interstate to take a break, a bus carrying a high school band ran into the overturned semi. The crash killed 5 people and injured dozens of others. 2 of the victims' families hired Habish, and Rotier. The settlements they received totaled over $4.5 million. And the skill expended by the Habish team is head and shoulders above one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, and Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford F-150 and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,500 FlexBuy cash only at your local Ford dealer.
Get 4 Arby's Classic Roast Beef Sandwiches for just $10. That's one for now, one after that, one to celebrate the first 2, and one more because that's how many 4 is. Arby's, we have the meat.
At U.S. Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at U.S. Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
If we can change one kid's life for the better, we've won.
A season of giving to kids who might otherwise find no gifts waiting for them on Christmas morning. I'll show you how a local organization is making sure highly mobile kids get a visit from Santa.
Monday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Festive costumes and lots of cheer jingled all the way down to Breese-Stevens Field today. The 3rd annual Madison Santa Cycle Rampage biked through Madison on their 5-mile route. Attendees went to one of 7 starting locations and then converged on Breese-Stevens Field. The entire combined group then left on a ride their loop route, returning back to the stadium. A warmer than average December day made for great riding conditions.
I'm so excited. The weather is amazing. The people are amazing. The event is unbelievable. They have food, drinks, and then afterwards there'll be a huge party, and we're on this beautiful field. Like, it's fabulous.
Registration fees went to support the Bike Fed Safe Routes to School programs and other K-12 initiatives. The Bike Fed works to provide students skills and understanding around alternative transportation for everyday use. Today marks 50 years of Tuba Christmas, an event that happens across the world. Here in Madison, it fills the Capitol Rotunda with low brass renditions of Christmas classics. But it actually started in the Big Apple. At least that's a story that was told by someone who was there.
Right there, the end of the front row. In December 23rd, 1974, my father called me up and he said, "You're going to New York to play in something with tubas."
At 21 years old, Bob Kaiser didn't know what he was getting into.
I went down, we played, as you can see, in the Rockefeller Center in front of the gold statue. People were ice skating on the ice skating rink.
50 years ago, he joined 200 other low brass musicians playing classic holiday tunes together in New York City. They called it Tuba Christmas.
Tuba players don't get to be featured very often. To have it happen for them in this kind of context, have their whole family come and have the whole community really care is just an incredibly special thing.
Ever since then, it's been a holiday tradition spreading across the country and the world.
It's just one of the highlights of a lot of people's holiday season, but certainly for me.
Years after that first performance, Bob moved to Madison, and he brought Tuba Christmas along with him.
When we first started Tuba Christmas in Madison, we played at malls, we played basically anywhere anyone would let us.
Along the way, he recruited other low brass musicians to the cause and landed them a slot to play in Madison's most iconic building.
People looked at me like, "We're never going to be able to hear anything." I said, "I know, but it's going to be the most beautiful place we could ever play."
It's simple. If you play a low brass instrument, you're in. All it takes is an hour practice right before the show. This year, more than 230 musicians joined in the fun. Tuba Christmas coordinator Steve Tweed says that's a new record.
That's more than we've ever had. So this is the largest ever.
Steve joined the party back in 1995.
And a lot of people I've met here, at Tuba Christmas, I see them once a year.
For him, Tuba Christmas has become like a family tradition, one Bob is happy he could pass along.
As people just hear about it, they show up, and here we are.
Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Again, that was our good friend Brandon Ross reporting. And a quick fact about today's Tuba Christmas: the youngest Tuba Christmas participant was 10 years old and the oldest was 82. And new tonight, 6 people are dead, nearly 2 dozen are injured after a powerful and deadly storm struck the northern part of Tennessee today. And look at this, the video showing the storm cloud gathering over Clarksville. The National Weather Service confirmed a tornado cut through the city. Authorities say 2 adults and 1 child died in the storm. At least 23 other people received treatment at a hospital. And now we're going to transition over to our first one forecast. Alex, what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, nothing like that here in southern Wisconsin there, folks. But for sure, that weather system that we're just showing, that video, it was so eerie, so quiet. That's that dry, rain-free base that we were looking at. And then you look to the north and you see that ominous sky and that large tornado on the ground. Very large tornado, Jalen. I was looking at that earlier. First Warn Weather Team, we're not just sticking to looking at Wisconsin weather. We look at the weather all over the United States and all over the world, and we're going to look at some of the weather worldwide that's participating and why our temperatures are going to start to inch up beyond seasonal normals as we go out into next week. After the snow flurries, we'll track in the cooler temperatures on your Sunday. By popular demand, we've got the snow frames on because we've got some snow showers to track. Not here in Dane County. We got to go a little bit further to the north and to the west, up towards Camp Douglas, Clearfield, Necedah, just north and west of Mauston on I-90. If you have any travel up in this direction, you could run into some snowflakes. And again, it only takes a dusting to make some of those overpasses, those ramps, and some of those secondary roads a bit on the slick side. Future track radar here showing the snow showers very, very few and far between, and then they're out of here across southern Wisconsin. And our future track model showing as we get to 2 o'clock in the morning, up again, central Wisconsin, those few snowflakes out there. The further south you go, the lesser of a chance you have of those snowflakes and of those flurries. Then we're tracking those temperatures dipping to the west as we head towards 6 o'clock in the morning. We've talked about this many times before. When you have clear skies out there, any heat that's close to the ground goes out to space. So a little cooler over southwestern Wisconsin, and then we'll track those clouds moving out of Dane County by the time we get into the early afternoon hours of your Sunday, allowing our temperatures to warm up to 33, and that's where we should be for this time of year. Not 53, 33. Snow amounts again to the north, inch or less, dusting across portions of Juneau and Adams counties. Again, not appreciable amounts of snow. Lows tonight, 27 in Madison, 32 in Janesville, 29 in Baraboo. But I mentioned La Crosse off to the north and west, 26 because they get a little bit more the clear skies. Then we've got the sunny conditions that will build in on your Sunday with temperatures in the lower to middle 30s. So we're going to go on a little trip here, folks. But let me prime that trip here. Why our temperatures are in the 30s to near 40 degrees where normal is between 34 and 31. The reason why our temperatures are staying so warm is owing to El Nino, these conditions brewing. We've been talking about it in our Beyond the Barometers. We did some explainers this week. Let's go off to the south here. Why am I showing sea surface temperatures, folks? When you have warm sea surface temperatures, these are those top layers of the ocean. When that warm sea surface temperatures moves and sloshes to the east off the coast of South America by Peru, that changes the weather patterns, not just down by Peru, but worldwide, folks. And what we see in our forecast, temperatures in the 30s, the sunny skies, a rather benign weather pattern, maybe a weak weather system Friday going into Saturday, and then after that, temperatures back in the 30s again. This time of year, temperatures should be in the lower 30s. We should be having more progressive winter storms, but in an El Nino winter, it tends to be quiet, less snow, and drier than normal. Weather photos, doesn't matter if it's an El Nino winter or a snowy winter. Channel3000.com/weather. Get out that phone, get out that tablet, get out the laptop. Let me show you a few steps here, folks. Go to the weather page. You click on weather, then you scroll on down there, and then click the post your own button. That's a super easy way to send us those weather photos. If you got the First Warn Weather app, just click the more button and submit, and those photos all launch to channel3000.com, and I think we've got some of those weather photos that we can show there. Look at these pretty pictures. We got the lights out there. We don't have the snow, but that doesn't mean we still can't put up our Christmas lights, right, Jalen? Pretty sunrises and sunsets. We've had so many vivid ones, breathtaking ones, folks, across southern Wisconsin. Won't be seeing any rainbows. Well, actually, in El Nino winter, we might get a little rain. You might see a rainbow in an El Nino winter. And again, folks, thanks Ron there from Prairie du Sac sending us that sunrise sunset picture. Again, it's super easy for me to talk about the weather, report the weather, look at the numbers, show the radar. But when you have viewer photos, it's a great way to bring you folks in to the weather team. You're part of the weather team too, and I can show the weather.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely want to see some snow, but we understand. But back to the tornado, our thoughts and our prayers are certainly with
very much
those
so.
down in Tennessee that went through that. All right, well, thank you, Alex. And still to come, Andrew's back with full highlights showing you how the Badgers have punched their ticket to the Final Four.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You've been together for so long. Now it could be the end. Fortunately, you took your 6 sewing machine to the Electric Needle. They have the skills to fix most machines within 7 to 10 days. Find sewing success at the Electric Needle on the frontage road off Seminole Highway.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Welcome to the season of joyful anticipation, treasured moments, and warm laughter. This year, make it extra special with a gift that brings joy for a lifetime. Show your love by contributing to your child or grandchild's EdVest 529 College Savings Plan at edvest.com/gift. To learn more about Wisconsin's EdVest 529 College Savings Plan, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the plan description at edvest.com.
Congratulations! It's a new sewing machine from the Electric Needle. It's more accurate than older models and has hassle-free threading. Plus, it comes with free unlimited owner's lessons. Find sewing success at the Electric Needle, frontage road off Seminole Highway.
The Badgers' journey to another national title met its toughest test of the tournament tonight. Squaring off with 6th-ranked Oregon in the Elite Eight, the winner goes to the Final Four. Tony Evers part of an electric crowd at the Fieldhouse. Badgers looking for set point in the first, and if you need it, you go to your killer. Frank the Tank fires a rocket. The Ducks couldn't handle it, and the Badgers win the first set. And then in the second, Wisconsin up 24-22, and who else but the Big Ten Player of the Year? Again, it's Sarah Franklin who punishes the Ducks. Wisconsin takes the second set. Oregon would win the third, but Bucky up 24-18 in the fourth. And how about the serve? Coming up short, Wisconsin wins it. The Badgers are headed to the Final Four for the 4th time in 5 years and will look to win their 2nd national title. They'll play in Tampa this coming Thursday. Wisconsin men's basketball is at the tail end of a brutal stretch in their schedule, yet the Badgers have won 5 straight. It led to today's match against #1 Arizona down in Tucson. This one was really close early on. Badgers trailing by 2. 10 minutes left in the first half. Tyler Wall making his way down in the post, spins through traffic, gets the layup to go. Badgers tie it at 21, but it's about as good as it would get. The Wildcats took off from there, hitting this logo 3, a part of a 27-10 run to close out the first half. And it was too big of a hole for Bucky to dig out. Wisconsin falls 98-73, the most points they've allowed in a game since 1995. Caitlin Clark and the Hawkeyes will play the Badger women tomorrow at a sold-out Kohl Center. 2 future Hawks battled tonight in McFarland. The pair of stars were in full control in this one. First, it's McFarland's Tegan Mullaney from long range, bottom of the barrel to bring it within 2. She'd finish with 32 points and 9 rebounds. Iowa's head coach Lisa Bluter loving every second of it. And then Mullaney's future teammate trying to respond. Taylor Stremlo working in isolation. Step back, Bobby Jack buckets. Stremlo finished with 18 points, 6 boards. How about 6 dimes and 4 steals? Verona goes on to win it 67-55. The only thing better than 2 of the top 3 teams in the nation squaring off is when you add the border battle on top of that. The Badger women looking to avenge a loss against the Gophers last night, and it wasn't looking great early. More than halfway through the second, Minnesota leading 1-0, but look out for Lacey Eden on the breakaway. She goes where Grandma hides the good stuff, up in the top shelf for the goal. How about a goal that ties it at 1 apiece? And then just a few minutes later, Anna Wilgren's shot won't go, but how about Kelly Gorbatenko diving in for the second chance score? She lights the lamp. Take another look at this one, diving in front of the netminder and gets it to go with the backhand. That is filthy. The freshman is going to have a fantastic career at UW. Wisconsin blows out Minnesota in the border battle, 5-1 the final. And the men were at home tonight at the Kohl Center looking to sweep 17th-ranked Penn State. Nittany Lions leading 1-0 with 6 minutes to go in the first. How about Cruz Lucius sent it a one-timer to Anthony Kerrer. He nets his first goal of the season. It would knot the game up at 1 apiece. Same score midway through the second period. Badgers trying to get another one, and William Whitelaw gives it up for Christian Fitzgerald. Fitzy would do the rest. Mike Hastings' Badgers surpassed their 2022 win total with their 14th win of the season. 3-1 is your final. I mean, just think about that for a second. You're 18 games into the season, and you've already surpassed your win total from last year. I think a lot of people thought that with a new head coach in Mike Hastings that the Badgers might gradually get better, almost kind of like, you know, Luke Fickell. People thought, you know, you'd gradually get better and you'd hope it would happen right away, but you don't really expect that. But Mike Hastings has these Badgers rocking and rolling. They're winning, you know, they're 14-3, I believe they are right now. I mean, just unbelievable. 6th-ranked team in the nation. Unreal.
Hockey's on a roll. Men's hockey's on a roll. Women's hockey's on a roll. Obviously, we wanted Badgers men to win in basketball tonight, but, you know, they'll get things rolling back again. But talk about women's volleyball.
Oh, my goodness. You talk about Sarah Franklin. You talk about all these players that have done so many things. And a couple of those seniors, including her, have a really special chance down in Tampa to maybe close off their careers with another national title.
For sure. Our fingers are crossed that they'll keep things rolling. We'll be back with more after this.
The hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
It's that time of year again, America. So let's light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology, space, and flexibility for any season. Get special offers on our adventure-ready SUVs or on our great selection of Ford trucks. And make the holidays bright with Ford. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford SUV and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $3,500 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County doesn't just build homes. We build financially strong families. Habitat Homes, financed through affordable mortgages, allow hardworking families to break the cycle of poverty and invest in their futures. Your support changes lives. Please donate today.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, our delicious pan pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Thick, crispy, buttery pan pizza? Now that is an expression.
For a limited time, take and bake any large 2-topping pan pizza for just $11.99. At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great.
In my oven.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
All right, Andrew, we had a lot of big plays from tonight's matchup against Oregon and UW. What was one of your favorite plays from the game?
Yeah, I think it's just Sarah Franklin stepping up time and time again. She won Big Ten Player of the Year, Northeast Region Player of the Year, probably going to win the National Player of the Year. She's somebody that had a blood disorder before the season that she wasn't even going to maybe play volleyball ever again. Wow. She gets the all clear right before the year and goes on a National Player of the Year, possibly run, and leads her Badgers to the Final Four. It's unreal.
Made the best of it. All right, Alex, before we close on that, what can they expect for weather?
Yeah, a few flurries overnight tonight, folks, but we want to see those viewers' photos. Channel3000.com/weather.
All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you for making it a great evening.